obviously Yokohama been doing a lot of work and a lot of testing, and looking like paying off here at a nice time of the season.
And speaking of testing, Alan, Coca-Cola too have been out very busy over the June break, and that would explain this rise in competitiveness of the Coca-Cola Commodores this weekend. Very quick in qualifying. Crompton, of course, qualifying third, and Wayne Gardner showing an equally impressive pair of heels here in this race. Currently 6th position and well and truly in contention.
You know what they say, the harder you work, the luckier you get, and certainly is manifesting itself here today with the Coke team is doing a superb job, and great two-car team. A little bit of trouble with one car, second one slots right back up there into contention. The same with the Winfield team. Mark out of it and Jim back into the scene. Really good to see, and of course the 2 Shell cars out in front, 1-2.
Perkins at this stage trying to control his position on the track, because he's got Jimmy Richards applying a ton of pressure here in the Winfield Commodore. Gardner's one back behind them, and Perkins, an old wily dog, hangs to the right-hand side of the road.
Wily is the word.
And can you believe that? They dive into the right-hander. Jim says, bang! Well, there was almost just a little touch there. There was one maybe there, but Jim will be all over Larry like a crook blanket here.
This is extremely competitive racing. I've just got to look out the window and have a real look down start finish straight, and there's nothing. You can throw a blanket over Larry and Jim at the moment.
Oops.
Nothing separating them.
Well, it looks like Jimmy's finally enjoying himself. He hasn't had much fun this season. The car not to his liking. He's not prepared to drive the limits of the car, but didn't feel he had the right grip or the right balance. But obviously today the car working very well for him, and Jimmy's proving he's just as quick as anyone in the right equipment. Has another sneak down the inside of Perkins. A drag race here as we take Castrol Race Cam aboard Perkins' car. And it's side by side with Larry, not lacking for grunt. Look at Jimmy, lets a rip through the sweeper, 240 kilometres an hour. He's got him covered under brakes. Great run from Richards. Look at Gardner.
Gardner said, wherever you go, Jim, I'm with you.
Well, these guys have been doing more than tyre testing. That's been some brake development there. That was a superb pull-up by Wayne Gardner, and a tremendous job by Jim Richards.
Well, Jimmy Richards running a single caliper front brake setup on the car. Scape was experimenting with a twin caliper setup similar to the system pioneered by the Coca-Cola team. But no shortage of brakes from Jimmy's car. Tremendous driving here as he moves his way up well into the top 6.
John Bowe needed a race win here today almost to lock up the championship with round 9 to come at Wanneroo next weekend, and of course the grand final at Sydney's Oran Park Raceway the first weekend in August. And here's how they run at Mallala. Heat number 1, John Bowe, the race leader. Teammate Dick Johnson doing a heck of a job as rear gunner. Glenn Seaton and the Falcon, and they've nobbled the Fords, don't you believe it. Jim Richards runs in 4th, and 5th is Wayne Gardner. Here comes another ex-world champion in Alan Jones. Underbrakes the duel, and the Ford wins.
This has been going on lap after lap, and aren't these Bridgestone cars going gangbusters? Jones really warmed up. You can see the battle damage on the left-hand door there. He's been in the thick of things.
Thomas Mazira moves up behind them. Perkins is dropping back through the pack, which sort of worries me just a touch about the Dunlop runners here today.
Yes, I think Larry may be a little bit concerned there about his choice of tyre, but certainly here Alan Jones, who worked hard and drove very well to get 9th position qualifying time yesterday to stay in the top 10 convincingly for the Peter Jackson team, and here starting now his harassment of Jim Richards.
There you go, another drag race.
Well, Neil Crompton has gone to the pits and is out. We'll get a report from down the pits. The day is over for, well, not the entire day, but certainly race 1 is over for Neil Crompton. Done a great job in the Coke Commodore, and the owner of the team, Wayne Gardner, is still out there.
Oh, look at Alan Jones down the inside of Jimmy Richards. He's just going through this field so quickly. He's pushed his way with 5th last time across the start finish line. Now he takes Richards for 4th. So that's Falcons 1, 2, 3, 4 if he can nail Richards down here under brakes. But Jimmy's not going to give in without a fight.
There's a bit of panel damage too on the 35 car. Make no doubt about that. And he's gone. I'm with you, boy.
And Jimmy gives the finger. Thank you, Wayne. He's not going to get through easily.
That'll get Wayne Stander up. Make no mistake about that.
Well, that was a good move on his part. He saw the gap. He should have taken it. He tried it.
Oh, here's Thomas. Here's Thomas.
Anybody say
you want some good racing?
You want some, I've stumbled for words over the criticism of this formula from time to time, but better have a little replay of this if you think this isn't competitive racing.
No, I don't want you to be political, Alan.
No, I'm trying not to be.
So lap 39, 29 lap contest, 13 laps completed. in this terrific scrap here. John Bowe, Dick Johnson, Seaton, Alan Jones, Jimmy Richards, Wayne Gardner and Thomas Mazira. This is the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th position.
At this stage of the race, there's still got to be a lot of strategy. Naturally, go as fast as you can, but it is a long sprint race, and these fellows have got to decide how much stamina
look
they've
at
got.
that, side by side, and Gardner gets a little tap. Mazira takes advantage of this smoke pouring off the back of the Cape Commodore. I think he's got a tyre rubbing there.
He is now.
He copped that one, but
Here comes
cannot
Thomas.
go off the road at your peril. We've seen it happen. Neil had trouble initially when he got involved with Skate, and now here's the boss coming in with a bit of a smoker. Pity to see.
Coke team cannot take a trick. Their most competitive run. You can see the damage on the back of the car. I would suspect that's a tyre rub, and he may even have damaged an oil cooler under the car. There could be oil smoke, but whatever it is, he's out of the race.
It's the man who won the Peter Jackson Dash earlier today. Car number 30, Glenn Seaton, the only man that's really making a big run outside of Brock at John Bowe for the championship this year. Had a wretched run here last year. Started the day fine, but it all went, if you'll recall, he had an onboard fire and had to bail. Well, he's ready to go. Take it one more after Dick if he can get a shot at him here. And Dick's got the widest Falcon you've ever seen.
Well, this is a pretty interesting battle too. Dick Johnson is running these new batch of UK tyres which arrived just during the week. The first run he's had on in a race situation, and he is matching Seaton now on his proven rubber combination.
And not only
10th
that,
for 10th.
and not only that, but they're both gained on John Bowe.
Seaton nailed him in the S's. I don't know whether Dick just
Seaton's been climbing along
hesitated
the
for
back
a
of
second.
it.
Yeah, Seaton is very close. He's certainly shadowing John.
Watch for them here.
This is going to be an interesting couple of laps coming up here.
Oh, sneaks up the inside. Now it's critical here that Bowe doesn't lose his cool and just gets some points. He's got to just, now with Brock out of the picture, all he has to do is keep stringing together good points.
It's the last thing we want to see, is
Braking this time, braking.
And I think John Bowe may have twigged to that, actually, Alan.
Yes.
He knows the championship is in view. He pulls up the inside, but Bowe, Seaton has him well and truly covered.
He did for a moment, and then Bowe could have held him off there, but yes.
I think after that move there coming on to pit straight, John thought that Glenn was definitely serious about passing, and he doesn't want to damage his car. He knows he has to finish to win.
Look at this, Alan Jones. What's he done now? He's taken another 1.5 seconds out of it. He's really getting very close to Johnson here.